right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our last event of today's events of Community College Week. We do have multiple more events coming up later this week, but today is our last event is focusing on Images Magazine, which is a really awesome publication that's done here at the college. And we have Sean Monroe and Mason Joyner here to speak about that. And so I'm just going to hand it on over to Sean.
All right. Thank you very much, Nikki. Images is a literary and visual arts magazine. So we take stuff like poems, nonfiction, essays and stuff you might write in class, fiction, short stories, stuff like that, and also visual arts too. So we do print out a full color magazine every year, and it looks gorgeous every year. So we take photography, we take photographs of paintings, we take all kinds of stuff. But it is a student-run magazine. So I say we take, I mean mostly Delgado takes it and publishes it, but it's the students who choose what goes into the magazines, and it's the students who submit all the stuff that goes in the magazine. So it's a completely run student magazine. They make all the design decisions and stuff like that. And they also make all the editorial decisions too. Our editor currently is Shayna Ariane. She's been our editor for the last 2 years, but she will be gone this fall. So we do need a new student editor for fall 2021. So if you're out there watching this at any point and you're a student at Delgado and you want to be a student editor for the magazine, you can get in touch with us through the Images email address, images@dcc.edu, or you could find either of us on campus in our offices over in Building 1, 115E in the Communications Department. We will be looking for more student editors, so if we don't find you just yet, we will be coming for you. It is a fantastic magazine. The students really love it when it gets put out because it looks good and you get a physical copy in your hand. There are digital copies as well on our website on Delgado. If you just go into Google and search Images Delgado Community College, the first link up there will be our website. All the submission guidelines are up on there. And then at the bottom of the page, you can read and download our past issues. There's 2020 up there. There's 2019 up there, 2018, 2017, all the way back to 2016. You can download the PDF and view it and see what kind of work students have been doing and check them out. We also have the Delgado Reading Series. Is kind of closely related to Images. We're always promoting Images at those reading series. So we do have a reading tonight. Alex Jennings will be reading from his debut sci-fi novel. As you can see here, Nikki is putting up Images Magazine last year's issue, 2020, which is a great issue. Almost forgot there's a prize every year for students, the Nathan Smith Lit Prize. This year it's going to be for visual art in 2021. So all art submissions, all visual submissions, as you can see there, photographs or other art and stuff like that are included in those. We'll be eligible to receive a $100 cash prize. So you get a check in your hand with your name on it. We make up broadsides that we put around campus. A broadside is a big poster, so your work gets put up all around campus. And of course, you're acknowledged in Images and you get a little write-up in Images and stuff like that. And it usually opens up the magazine with the winner of the contest. For the 2020 issue, it was fiction, short fiction, so there's a short story that won. And the 2019 issue was poetry, I believe, as well, poetry. And poetry won that one. Mason, what would you like to say about this magazine or student involvement or anything like that?
I would say if you're enrolled in a writing class of some kind at the moment, start talking to your teacher about, what, if anything, from their class could be a good nonfiction, perhaps, submission for Images. I work with a lot of my students on this kind of thing. For example, in one of my English classes, we just wrote some satirical arguments, and I've encouraged a couple of my students who turned in good satire to contribute that to Images. So yeah, I would say get in touch with your teacher. if it's an English teacher or even a non-English teacher that asks you to write, and see what kind of material from what you've already written could be useful.
It is a great opportunity to get published in an excellent magazine that goes all around campus. You can give it to your friends. If you want a physical copy and you happen to be on Delgado's City Park campus, if you go to 115E in Building 1, the front desk of the communication department, you will find copies there for you. You can grab one, you can grab two, pass them out to your friends. They're plenty of fun. If anybody has any questions, we'll take some questions. If you'd like to know anything else about Images Magazine, the student-run literary and arts magazine.
Right, just checking our Facebook. We don't currently have questions there.
Fair enough.
Ms. Anderson, I know you're with us in the meeting here. If you have any questions, you can either unmute and ask or type those in the chat.
So if y'all go to our Facebook page, if you look up Delgado Reading Series, you'll find all the events we do throughout the year. We have one event tonight at 6 p.m. You can find the Zoom information on there. Like I said earlier, Alex Jennings will be reading his debut sci-fi novel, which should be pretty amazing. March 30th, we also have a student open mic. It's something we do every semester. Obviously, it's been on Zoom for the past year, but we usually do it in person too when we can, and it's a lot of fun. There's food, drinks, all kinds of stuff. It's a good time. It's also a good time on Zoom as well, because you can have your food and drinks at home with none of Delgado's rules along with it. So that'll be March 30th. Then we have one more reading in the spring. It is April 7th. It'll be Robert Fiesler, who wrote a nonfiction book about Tinderbox, called Tinderbox, about one of the, I think one of the most dangerous fires at a gay bar in the quarter. Yeah, it was pretty intense, but he's a very good reader. He'll be giving a reading April 7th that evening. And you can see all that on our Facebook page, Delgado Reading Series. Check us out. We are there. And you can join in for some of those things.
Awesome. And these are all free events and anyone can come to, correct?
Yes, free and open to the public.
Fantastic.
There is a password, but it's always DCC, all caps. But that's on the Facebook page and stuff too.
Perfect. And we also have tagged Delgado Reading Series in our post here on Facebook. So please, all you have to do there is click on it and it'll get you to that page that Sean is referencing. All right. Well, and I don't know if you mentioned this, but I did see the email come out that for our 100-year, for our centennial, y'all will be putting together a very large Images magazine for the next upcoming year.
Yes, we're going to do 100 pages for 100 years. We'll see if we can get there. Hopefully we got some decent submissions in there. We could always use more submissions. We'll be pushing really hard to get more students to submit for the rest of the semester and a little bit into the summer probably as well. I think last year's issue was like 60, 70 pages. So we're getting closer. We're expanding a little bit every year. We went from 40 pages to 70 pages. Now we'll go to 100. Who knows? Maybe we'll have 300 pages in the next year or so. It'll be thicker than a Bible.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for y'all that have watched us today, either through Facebook or for joining us here in the meeting. And thank you, Sean and Mason, for presenting on this. It's such a cool magazine. And it's just a great way for our students to do something outside of class and express that, creative side of themselves. So, definitely check out those links, go to the events. They're free, they're fun. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. And, we'll put you in the right direction.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you,
all.
Nikki.
Have a great day.
You too.